Welcome to Harvey's weekly football show here on Nighthawk Radio. To listen to Nighthawk Radio, go to nighthawk-radio.com. Check us out on YouTube, Spotify, Rumble, YouTube Music, Facebook, everywhere you find good podcast at. How you doing today, Harvey? I'm used to saying night, but how are you doing today?
I was a little sleepy, but I'm all right.
Sleepy Harvey.
Yeah.
How well did we do last week, brother?
Uh, we both went 11-4 in college, and then we went 5-4 in NFL. Better than it was the last week. Last week we went 3-6 in NFL, so we improved 2 wins.
The
We're
NFL's
still
hard, man.
we're still much well running about even in college.
Hey,
Well,
man, football's hard to pick.
yeah. Well, that was an interesting week, though. There was a bunch of them got, it was some pretty good games. They were real close.
Yep. Cleveland destroyed Miami. Go Browns.
Yeah,
Cincinnati beat Pittsburgh. That's a surprise
yeah.
on Thursday Night Football. All right, man. Speaking of Thursday Night Football, let's get into it, man. Thursday Night Football, we got the Vikings 3-3 traveling to the Chargers 4-3. 8:15 p.m. on Prime Video. The Chargers are 3.5 point favorites. I like the Chargers in this one. Who you got, Harvey?
I believe I'll take the Chargers too.
All right, man. We got the Jets 0-7. They're switching quarterbacks. They're going to Taylor and instead of Fields. Traveling to the Bengals 3-4, 1 p.m. on CBS. Cincinnati 6.5 point favorites. I don't think it's going to make a difference with the quarterback change. I'm going with Cincinnati. Who you going with, Harvey?
I'm gonna go with the Bengals. I really believe that could have been one of the best deals Cincinnati made getting somebody like Flacco. It's already made a difference. I think big difference.
All right. All right, we got the 4-2. Surprisingly, Chicago Bears traveling to the 1-5 Ravens. 1 p.m. on CBS. Baltimore 6.5 point favorites. I think Lamar's playing. I'm still going with the Bears though. Who you going with, Harvey?
You going with the Bears?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna pick the Ravens, and if they lose that game, they might well mail in the rest of the season.
Uh,
Bears are decent. They're pretty good. I'm surprised they're 4-2.
Yeah, they're not bad, man. All right, man. We got the 4-2 Bills traveling to the 4-3 Panthers, 1 p.m. on Fox. Buffalo 7.5 point favorites. I think that'll be actually a pretty good game, man. But I'm going Buffalo. I think they're going to bounce back. Who you going with, Harvey?
I'm going with the Bills.
Hmm.
Panthers are quietly becoming a team that not getting no recognition.
Might make the playoffs, maybe.
Yeah,
All right, man. We got the 49ers red hot 5-2 traveling to the 2-4 Houston Texans. And that is at 1 p.m. on Fox. Somehow the Texans 1.5 point favorites. I'm going with the 49ers, though. Who you going with, Harvey?
I saw that. I said the way the 49ers are playing and the way the Texans are playing, who somebody really going to odds. Yeah,
This next one's
I'll take
questionable.
49ers easy on
Yeah,
that.
this next one is questionable as well, man. We got Tampa Bay 5-2, traveling to the 1-6 Saints, 4:05 p.m. on Fox. The reason why it's questionable is they only have Tampa Bay as 3.5 point favorites. I like Tampa Bay by more than three.
I like Tampa Bay.
I like Tampa Bay by about 2 touchdowns, honestly.
Yeah.
But I'm going Tampa Bay. You're going Tampa Bay as well.
Oh yeah.
We got the unpredictable Cowboys 3-1, traveling to the Broncos 5-2, 4:25 p.m. on CBS. Denver is 3.5 point favorites. It's an interesting game, but I'm going Denver, man. I'm not picking against Denver.
Well, that's what I saw where it was at. I said, well, sometimes in a game like this, usually favor the home team. I'm gonna pick the Broncos, but I think it could be the NFL game of the week.
Nah, this next one's the game of the week, brother. But I agree with you, man. I'm going with Denver. I'm not picking against Denver, especially after last week.
Yeah.
They come back and won.
Oh
That's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Wasn't they down like 10 points with 5 minutes left in the game? That's
I
crazy.
know it. Yeah.
All right, man. We got the Packers 4-1-1. That's weird saying. Traveling to Pittsburgh on Sunday night. Pittsburgh's 4-2. 8:20 p.m. on NBC. Green Bay is somehow 3.5 point favorites. I think it's gonna be a good game, but I mean, man, I don't know who to pick. I'll let you go first. Who you going third?
I picked the Steelers, but I wanted to pick the Packers, but I picked the Steelers.
I'm going with
If
the
it had been,
Packers.
I think it's at Steelers. I probably would have picked against the Packers at Lambeau Field, but
I'm going
I
with the
picked the Steelers.
Packers.
I picked the Steelers.
I'm going with the Packers, man. I think it'll be closer than 3.5, though. I think it'll be like a maybe a 1 point win. That's gonna be a good game. All right, man. On
Yeah.
Monday night, we got the Commanders 3-4 traveling to the Chiefs 4-3, 8:15 p.m. on ABC and ESPN. Kansas City is 10.5 point favorites. I think they should be more favorites than that. I'm going Kansas City, man. Washington's quarterback's hurt.
I I'm gonna go with Kansas City Chiefs. I'm telling you what, they red hot right now. They like they found what was the word for it? They
Their
found their rhythm.
swagger.
They
They
found
found
their
their
rhythm.
swagger back.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm
All right,
definitely
man.
Chiefs.
We'll get into college football. We got California 5-2, traveling to Virginia Tech 2-5, 7:30 p.m. on ESPN. Virginia Tech somehow is 4.5 point favorites. I'm going California though.
You know, I've not seen Virginia Tech play, but I've seen Cal play, and Cal Cal's a good team. Yeah, I'll pick Cal.
All right, man. This is a good one. We got Oklahoma number 8, 6-1, traveling to number 13. My bad. Number 13 Oklahoma is 6-1 at home against number
Yeah,
8 Ole Miss, who is 6-1, and that's 12 p.m. Saturday on ABC. Oklahoma's 4.5 point favorites. I butchered that, but I'm going with the Sooners, man. Who you going with?
I'm gonna pick Oklahoma too. This could easily be in the game of the week.
Yeah. This one's interesting too. We got South Florida number 18, 6-1, traveling to Memphis 6-1, 12 p.m. on ESPN2. USF is 4.5 point favorites. So I'm going with USF. Who you going with third?
Memphis, I think, lost their first game last week. I was just surprised they get UAB, but I figured this would have been the game that maybe they would have this. I thought this would be their first loss today. I mean, I'm gonna pick USF. I thought this would be the game they drew their first game,
All right,
but
man. We
they
got
lost last week.
Rutgers. We got Rutgers 3-4 traveling to Purdue, who is 2-5. 12 p.m. Saturday on the Big Ten Network. Rutgers 2.5 point favorites. That's what you call a pick'em game. I'm going with the Rutgers though.
I'm gonna pick Rutgers too.
That's a good one, man.
Yeah,
All right, we got SMU 5-2, traveling to Wake Forest 4-2, 12 p.m. on the CW network. SMU is 3.5 point favorites. So I'm gonna go with SMU. Who you going with, Arthur?
I've seen SMU play. I ain't seen Wake Forest. So I'm gonna pick SMU.
All right, we got Kansas State 3-4, traveling to Kansas 4-3, Saturday on TNT and HBO Max. That's at 12 p.m. by the way. Kansas is 2.5 point favorites. I'm going with the Wildcats. I'm going Kansas State.
Well, I'll tell you what. I go different with you on this, and I don't know about every one of Kansas State. I figured Kansas State would be better than what they are right now, but I'll pick Kansas.
All right, we got Auburn 3-4, traveling to Arkansas 2-5. 12:45 p.m. on the SEC network. Arkansas is 2.5 point favorites. I'm going with Auburn. Who you going with, Auburn?
I, you know, they got Petrino back as interim coach right now, didn't they?
Yeah, they
I
do.
think it
He's
might
just the
make a
interim
difference.
head
So
coach.
I'm gonna pick Arkansas.
All right, we got number 15 Missouri 6-1 playing Vanderbilt 6-1. Vanderbilt's number 10 by the way. 3:30 p.m. Saturday on ESPN. Vanderbilt is 2.5 point favorites. Both these teams are very underrated. I'm going with Vanderbilt though.
Yeah, this could be this could be the game of the week too. But I'm gonna tell you Vanderbilt. I'm gonna pick Vanderbilt because I mean they're playing good.
All right, we got number 11 BYU 7-0, traveling to 5-2 Iowa State 3:30 p.m. on Fox. Iowa State's 2.5 point favorites. I think BYU is going to be 8-0. Who you going with, Arby?
I'm gonna go with BYU. I mean, this like I said, they're 7-0. This could be their first loss, but I still like BYU.
All right, we got 5-1 San Diego State traveling to Fresno State 5-2, 3:30 p.m. on FS1. San Diego State is 2.5 point favorites. I'm going with San Diego State. Who you going third?
I'm on San Diego State.
That's a nice little mid-major game going on, man.
Yeah, they're both
Hey,
good.
what'd you think about
They're
Texas and
both yeah.
Kentucky last week?
I don't know about them. I mean, I just think half the problem is there's just too much pressure on their quarterback because of who he is, if I was coaching him, I'd say, buddy, you ain't Matt, you ain't Eli, you ain't Peyton. Just go out and play your football. Don't worry about anybody else. I mean, compared, that's the way they do. They compare them, and that ain't right. But I know he's a man, but he just needs to go out and just play his game. I think he'd be
Exactly.
better off.
All right, we got number 22 Texas 5-2, traveling to Mississippi State 4-3, 4:15 p.m. on the SEC Network. Texas is 6.5 point favorites. I'm going with Texas. Who you going with, Harvey?
Won't pick Texas.
I think it'll be close though.
Yeah.
But you're right, man. He's not Peyton or Eli, or he's not his grandpa.
Well, when Eli was playing for Mississippi and Peyton already been playing for Tennessee, Pat, Eli probably had to get the same. But I want to tell you what, this is me. If I was a coach in Texas, I wouldn't have, I wouldn't let him even talk to the press. I'd have him hands off from the press because the press makes it worse.
All right, man. You're right though. We got Georgia Southern 3-4, traveling to Arkansas State 3-4, 7 p.m. on ESPN Plus. Arkansas State is 1.5 point favorites. I'm going with Arkansas State. That'll be a good game.
Yeah, I'm more of Arkansas State. I really don't know nothing about neither one of them, but I'll
I
pick
don't either.
Arkansas State.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't either. All
Yeah.
right, man. This could be another game of the week. We got number three Texas A&M 7-0, man. Quietly 7-0.
Yeah.
Playing number 20 LSU 5-2, 7:30 p.m. on ABC. Texas A&M is 2.5 point favorites. Oh man, I'm going Texas A&M. Who you going third?
The other SEC barn burner. I'm gonna pick Texas A&M.
You got two really good SEC games this week.
Yeah, that could be the one, but I really think
Missouri and Vanderbilt.
Missouri Vanderbilt could be the one I would pick. Yeah, and maybe Oklahoma, Mississippi after that.
All right, man. We got 4-3 Baylor traveling to number 21 Cincinnati 6-1, 4 p.m. Saturday on ESPN2. Cincinnati's 3.5 point favorites. I think Cincinnati's going to be 7-1. I'm going Cincinnati. Who you going third?
Cincinnati, yeah, I'm going for Cincinnati. Yeah,
That'll be a good one, man. We got
yeah.
lots of good ones, but my game of the week is Vanderbilt and Missouri. What about you?
Let's pick Michigan State. I think you got it on there.
I got that one on there. Hmm.
I think you put Michigan State a rivalry. That would be our 50th game.
Okay. I don't know. I forgot. Got too many shows to do.
That's true. I understand it. That would be our 50th game, and that's a rivalry.
I'm trying to find it on here.
Well, I think Michigan's picked to beat them anyway. They're the odds that are picked to win.
They're big time favorites. Yeah, we got number 25 Michigan 5-2, traveling 3-4 Michigan State 7:30 p.m. on NBC. Michigan's 14.5 point favorites. Yeah, I'm going Michigan.
Me too. Yeah, they play pretty. Yeah, let Michigan. I have to probably go with them.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm sleepy.
Well, we both are.
Yeah, man. I'm sorry. I've stuttered and everything in the world. But yeah, man, I appreciate Harvey doing the show. This is Harvey's weekly football show. Check us out every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on nighthawk-radio.com. You can also check out Nighthawk Radio on Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, Rumble, YouTube Music, everywhere you find good podcasts at. And
Yeah.
coming up next is Beyond the Mats. Everybody have a good night and God bless.
Okay.